don't even want them to go to the sports event. That might even be Brian.
Yeah, we should be joining you up.
Yes, up here would be
Because
good.
they're just inundated.
Chairman,
with
we're
mud.
live.
Okay, we're back for our last agenda item for this morning, just about. Next is a budget workshop for the U of I Extension. Melissa and Allison, come on up to the table, please. And I think I had,
I was giving you the big, this. I was trying to give you.
So ladies, the only microphone down there is up in the ceiling. So you get too far away, they're not gonna hear you.
Am I too far?
Just use big girl voices. Outside voices, that's what I say.
you
I'm
need,
loud.
do we need to give them a mic down there?
I don't know who's listening or who can even hear us.
Yeah, I know if anybody's online or. Okay, we're gonna start right in. As you guys know, we're not talking, well, let's see, there, you guys have a position request. So we're gonna talk a little bit about the A budget, but, maybe we should probably go through that one first, your A budget, the extra person that you want. It looks like a 4-H assistant. It's not exempt. And is this the, where did it go? The worksheet for that job? Where did it
Do
go?
you want me to give you a little overview of what I put in the packet?
Or just- Sure.
So this document is kind of a running document of extension impacts, and extension overview and 4-H programs, this written one. So you can see, you know, what our short-term goals are, what we've implemented, some of the new programs we've added this year, some of the ongoing programs that we continue to support. This is the 4-H assistant position description. It's still in draft form, but we are working with Pat on that. This is the office budget request, and so I have highlighted some of the differences in there in that I didn't put the A salaries for the existing staff, but I did put the A salary for the proposed one at 32 hours. And then this budget one here is the budget justification sheet. So anything that's been changed from last year to this year is highlighted. And there's a justification on why that amount has changed. So that's kind of the thought process of all of these different documents. So this one has that A item if you wanted to look at that.
So that A position comes in at around 28,288, and then we put benefits on that because they're more than 32 hours, correct? Do you have any idea, what is that, about 30% more? So another, what is that, 8,000? 9,000?
About 9,000 from in my head, but
Well, that's about 37, somewhere around 37,000 for that position.
What did you add 8,000 for?
Benefits,
Okay.
but it's not a full-time, Gabby, so it's not,
Yeah.
they still get full benefits, so don't they?
Anything over
Yeah,
there.
yeah, okay. I just put roughly 37,000, I don't know if you want to figure that exactly.
Oh, by the time we start talking.
So then let's go on down to your B budget, and we'll start at the first line. Extension educator, you've left that at the 3,600. Coordinator, you've left at 2,600, and those are travel and per diem. The mileage reimbursements, that one you went from 500 to 2,500, and you've got some professional development, supplies, telephone, fax, cell, internet, and then 800 for vehicle, fuel, and gas. So that's, I'm assuming, where you came up with the 2,500.
So Melissa, on the office expenses, so like the mileage reimbursement, the 2,500, we said that we were going to give that to the U of I and you were gonna apply for the U of I.
right, so that's what
So-
that line item is. We went from 500 to 2,500.
So that's not really in your expenses that you control here. That's out of the U of I budget and just increases our donation to them, per year, correct?
Yeah, and if it's something that's not getting used, I'll monitor and track that and then ask for that next year. But the 800 is for, if that was existing, is for reimbursement, not reimbursement, but for the mileage on the county vehicle and filling up with gas, and reimbursement if needed from the county county employees, they complete the vehicle pool that has already been used, and they use their personal vehicle, but they don't get reimbursed.
So should that, part of that 800 be in the mileage reimbursement then?
For the county employees.
Oh, okay.
So separated the county
I got
employees
it,
versus.
I got it, yeah.
So, yeah, so basically 4-H would be county employees, is that right?
So the 2,500 is just for your mileage?
So it's my mileage, and then if there was UI interns or an AmeriCorps, which we won't have, or maybe in the future there will be. And I was speaking with Clerk Miller, and he was talking that the UI interns would be able to use the county vehicle, but if there was a point where, you know, the van pool was maxed out and they need reimbursement, they could reimburse this line.
But you're still gonna leave supplies at 3,900?
Yeah, the supplies were at 3,200 and they went up to 39 because I'm anticipating there'll be office expenses from the move. So I just added a little bit of that extra office supplies.
Okay, well, let's go back up to professional development. You went from 500 to 1,000, is that on the back?
So it went from, so underneath the travel, I added 1,500 for the 4-H assistant if that position's granted. Because they
Mhm.
need to travel, and this is
Oh,
on the
there it
budget
is.
justification sheet here, under the 4-H program assistant. That they would need to attend 3 in-person 4-H district meetings, they would have a state conference, and then Z-suites and fair entry trainings would be on a rotating basis. And so that 1,500 would cover their travel needs for the 4-H assistant. The professional development went from 500 to 1,000 because Jill, our admin in our office, she also needs to attend C-suites and fair entry training to support the 4-H program. But I put on a rotating basis, and so maybe she goes every other year, and then when that person comes back, they can share what they learned. So that's the thought process. It's like kind of rotating some of those. Because the fair entry training is a national training, so it's you know, anytime it's a national training, it's much more expensive.
So my question, I guess, more is for Gabby or Doug, the fuel for heating. Do we know what it costs to heat the old YCAP building last year? Because I'm guessing that's what that figure should probably be. And I think it's more than 1,500.
Where are you? Oh,
Utilities, fuel for
Office,
heating,
professional.
right underneath professional development, 1,500.
oh,
I
got it.
think it was,
I'm looking at the other sheet.
it's oil and it's more money than propane, and I think it was 2,300. I don't know, do you have that?
I'm
Tim?
looking to look it up right now.
Hopefully you'll be in their new building by then. Yeah, it's with
Siding.
some more siding and OSB on the outside, it's gonna be more efficient. but-
So it's approximately $900 for, every time that it's filled up. I've filled it up twice this fiscal year,
So that's 1,800.
1,800. I
Yeah,
don't
so
anticipate us filling it up.
You're already over the 1,500.
Well, let's raise that fuel for heating from 1,500 to 1,800.
And we actually budget that though in under
Under
0118, correct?
So that should really come clear out of there. Correct? And then also, you mentioned the last time we talked about this, is there's no internet to that facility, but it was in the building next door, is that right, Sherry?
Correct.
We're gonna have to pay to get that put into that building as well. And hopefully we'll let Scott know that they do that while they're tearing out the inside and rewire it for that as well. We gotta make sure somebody remembers to do that while they're remodeling it.
So,
I thought there was.
so El, how much did you propose to bring the utilities up from I mean, the heating,
1,800,
heating?
but really it goes into general fund.
Oh, okay, so was
They
it,
don't pay for that. That comes out of general fund in buildings and grounds.
so was it,
Remove that one.
just remove it?
Yep.
Okay, all right.
The other line item, I think, right, would get removed.
Yeah, the only reason that we had budgeted for this, of course, for this fiscal year, is because it was for the heating at the Mill Street building.
Mhm.
This is driving.
Right, yeah, and I understand that.
Yeah, we can remove that.
And then we'll have to jump up that number in buildings and grounds. Okay, let's go on to, where are we at next
So
here?
what's the telephone increase of plan has changed? So what plan are you guys on? Or-
240, and that was supporting Allison's cell phone. Doug had mentioned something about switching over to county phones. I said if we were gonna switch over, then I would want a county phone, to have a different phone than my personal phone. I don't want this to be, I wanna have my own personal cell phone. I don't wanna have the cell phone that I'm accountable to for business as well, even though it ends up working out that way. So anyway, if
Commissioners, we haven't presented this to them yet. We are looking at doing an analysis of what we pay for reimbursement compared to what we would pay for if employees had county phones. For some of those high use, it's $50 a month, but we can get a county phone for, we think, $35 a month. So we are going to do a cost analysis to determine what the savings will be. Will share with the commissioners, there is some reservations from employees that get reimbursements because they just have one phone, having two phones. But we're going to conduct an analysis and present at a later date to the commissioners.
'Cause mine's like 15 a month, isn't it, or 13 a month?
Yeah, and then there's some that are $15 a month, but for a brand new plan or a brand new phone, it would be $35.
Okay.
So we're looking into all of this.
Okay, so it sounds like we consider this maybe a reimbursement, so people don't want to carry one phone.
That's what we currently have. A lot of employees don't have
That's-
a county issued phone. They
Having to
just
have two
receive a
phones, it could be a
reimbursement.
nightmare.
So for a month, I was paid $20 a month, because I definitely use mine for work. And in our policies, for Valley County, it's at 25. I use my phone for, so I know that adjustment. For now.
So if you have an assistant, would they have use of a phone? Would they have need of a phone?
I don't know that I would do that. Well, I don't know, maybe if we work into, I wouldn't have them, I'd have them use the office phone.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's ridiculous, yeah.
Well, and one of the things to throw in this, because this was a tough one that we talked about years back, is that you're gonna pay for your phone whether you're using it for work or for pleasure. It's still the same cost. So it's really kind of a benefit that the counties reimburse some of those costs. But whether or not we do, you're still gonna keep your phone. So there's some concern about how far do we go with this, because I've seen a lot more people, getting reimbursed for your cell phone usage.
it really depends on how you look at it. You
Right.
could look at it as a benefit, you could also look at it as an impairment, because if you're taking someone's personal cell phone and requiring them to have business etiquette with their personal phone, then maybe they just wanna have a personal phone. So, but the expectation of the customer right now is that they want your cell phone number. If you don't give it to them, they're like, what's wrong with you?
Right.
And so there's the expectation for business, and I think that it makes it difficult. Or maybe benefit, depending on how you look at it.
Well,
The other issue is if you get in a
Outside that.
litigation, some kind of a litigation, they're gonna come and take your phone. Even if it's your personal phone, they will come and take it and go through the
Yeah,
whole
it's kind of
thing,
a
your
privacy
computer, all
thing.
that. So you have to be willing to risk that. If you have a county phone,
That's exactly why I have two phones. I'm a real estate agent. I can't give up my other business. So,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like,
We have to
I
talk
do
to
everything.
Prosecutor Noggle. If it's a county phone, they're sure as heck gonna get it, but if it's not, he thinks it's part of
Yeah, that's-
He actually was one who doesn't want to. So, just the legal.
falls under
no,
privacy.
that's really good to know
Yeah, we
because
were shocked when he said that. We're like, aren't you backwards?
we've been through this before and it's no fun.
And you all can decide what you wanna do with that, but with your point, the 25 $300, that wasn't counted for that upgrade, so that would need to get changed to 300, with or without, with or without the additional phone. That would be
Which line item are you talking about?
the telephone, fax, cell, and internet.
So if you put it at 300 for Allison and give you a phone, what does that change that to?
It depends on whatever Doug has worked out in his numbers.
Minus. Ten.
So I guess.
We don't know yet.
Are we gonna put a question mark by that 360 then? Does that make sense?
Yeah, but definitely 300 is what I didn't have that brought to my attention before. Maybe I did, but not before when I was doing.
Right, and when I saw it, I thought, oh, she got it. When I saw that you did it.
Okay, let's go on the back page or the back side of this and go on down. Travel registration fees, that was the $300, an increase of 300 for the 4-H assistant, which I got that. Office, we talked about that already. Where did that go?
The office employees,
Yeah.
so that's,
Oh, wait, yeah, I was looking at supplies. Went from 32 to 39. When did I see that?
There's another supplies award, the second line down on the back.
Yeah, that's award. I was looking for the office one. Where in the heck is that?
supplies is under utilities.
Oh, I see.
Sorry, that's not highlighted.
So awards went from $150 to $250 increase. After school stays at 2,000. Fuel for heating will move over to general fund. That one just goes to zero. So your phone we talked about, fuels, gas we talked about. Rent lease we talked about. Dues and memberships. Got that one $300 for the 4-H assistant. Okay. Investigation. Oh, background checks, okay. Doesn't a background check come through HR?
I have to do it.
Not employee.
Oh, for your
Yeah,
employees,
for
okay.
volunteers,
Volunteers.
anybody working.
So my question is 230 enough? How many,
Yes, I get supplemental.
oh, okay. Good to know. Advertising, you left the same. Other miscellaneous, you left the same. Community development program, you left the same. Egg program, the same. And then the AmeriCorps position went away.
Also have, just so you know, the AmeriCorps that I have this summer, the two that are coming in for the 4-H state office, so there's still opportunities.
So how does that work? Do you guys, we pay her, right?
University.
University pays her, so we don't even see that money or deal with it.
And that's for summer, so that's good.
And that's an ARPA.
Well, there's
No,
ARPA
right.
funds and there's 4-H.
Those are two different people.
But there's a lot of,
What we have right now.
right, so there's a lot of support from that summer window. So that's why there's that $25. That much is like, so they can get an award from that company for their service.
Sure. Okay, any more questions? We're about out of time.
So in looking through your guys's, what you've done, congratulations. There's been a lot of work done since Melissa joined the board. I'm seeing a lot of it on the southern end of the valley. Are you guys focusing on, I'm representing McCall, so I always have to bring up my hand for McCall. How much work is being done in McCall? And would this new position support more programming up north?
So I have actually one horse group I'm gonna call area, a sewing group. We just did drone programming at the junior high and for the elementary school. We did the same for Delano. We do lots of programming. And we're working on partnering with located in the county seat, but we're spread all over 4-H. Definitely, the demographic is much higher than the state seat. I almost found the majority of my kids at Valley.
There's a STEM day coming. That's a big event.
Yeah, I have, we put that on the airport, the newest airport manager. She's really into our kids and bringing education experiences and experiences there. So that's, before we kind of had a little hiccup with the manager not just wanting to bring that kind of programming in. So it's a great opportunity.
What kind of program do you do with the airport?
So it's a whole STEM awareness day, just as far as people in the community that have different jobs within those kind of fields. So they'll an opportunity to bring different colleges in that are welcoming. I know that Ontario signed up. I know that the Emmett School signed up to come in and have just different event tables, so there'll be a place to showcase.
So you use the airport as a site?
It's
not-
kind of
yeah,
just this draw.
It's not related to the flying, it's a
Oh,
site.
they will. They'll have some flying activities. They even had a helicopter rides one year. That was the first time I've ever been in a helicopter. That was really cool.
Yeah, wasn't there some sort of a hush?
They have an aviation tied to it
Yeah.
because of the careers and jobs in aviation.
That's what, yeah.
We'll do some drone programs out of there, but they'll highlight some, I'm not sure what's all on the list this year, but we even do busing kids.
Well, I hope the drones are based around actual work needs and stuff. Jesus. I keep hearing about drones and I know that they're.
Well, the good thing about 4-H is it's teaching life skills. It's to be responsible. So you want them to go through a program like this before they use it.
Okay.
Great job, ladies.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you for your efforts.
Yeah, thank you very much.
I'm always happy to answer questions too. Perceptions of where we're serving, what we're doing, and so.
One of the thoughts I have on it is like I kind of want to see this area maintain this maybe a agrarian view, if you will. In other words, it seems like that's where I see a lot of the this type of stuff is focusing on the garden and the agriculture, the various stuff like that. Not all together, I'm sure, but I think that's so important. And we talked
Our
about
farming community needs to be
this
included in
agriculture
every way.
thing. It's just something that you can't lose in the hubbub of developing.
Absolutely.
So that to me it emphasizes the importance of your department.
I just tell everybody I just keep eating beef.
Yeah.
That's the big thing, man. Keep eating meat.
Keep eating meat. No,
Teaching kids to be responsible with animals.
yeah, it's
Finish something they start. It's a really big one. Just, even if it lends itself for them to graduate.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I read a statement about something. Everybody that showed up here ate something that come out of the dirt today to make it possible. So,
Other ranchers love to hear that. The ranchers feed meat. They love to say that.
But if you
Thank
guys
you,
are
guys.
digging into this and you have questions, just reach out.
You had a few questions on my plan.
Okay, we're gonna move on down our agenda. Our next item is the service award presentation.
thank you guys.
And I text Pat to come in and get a picture. I hope
I'm
she shows.
gonna do it, so.
You gonna do it?
Yep.
Yeah, we don't need anything else, I don't think.
So Kelly, come on up. Where do you wanna go? Who wants to go?
Wherever you're going.
Wherever
I'll
we're going?
follow you.
Okay. So on behalf of Valley County, I want to thank you for your 25 years of dedicated service and all the issues you've had to deal with in dispatch. I'm very proud to have you on board and done a great job. This is a sign of appreciation from you, but shake hands up. Now let's look this way.
Now look this way.
Here, you hold that.
I'll hold it. Look at unwanted touching. That's what I.
He's hiding.
I have to, yeah.
Perfect, got it.
Okay, let me do it again because I had it on
She wants to
video.
know.
I want to get the photo.
Okay.
Maybe you look skinny, okay?
Bring that back.
I'm trying.
Whoops.
Jeez.
Wait, just a minute.
Need to get a breath of air here.
Suck it in, Hill.
Nice job, Kelly.
Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Good job, Kelly.
Good work.
Oh, like that. I didn't even see you sitting there. You snuck in.
Speech.
Speeches.
Speech.
25 years is a long friggin' time.
Yes, it is.
It actually goes by really fast.
Does.
Really, really fast. So yeah, it's good. Oh my God, we're so in love with the new center. So
Oh,
thanks for,
Well, if it helps
All
you,
of
if
that.
it helps, 25 years is less than a third of as long as I've been alive.
right?
You got a long time to go.
I know.
Yeah.
Like, God, what happened?
See, I look at it as it's a quarter of a century.
Yeah.
Yeah. My son will be 26 in June, so it's a perspective. It's like,
wow.
all he knows is me here, so. But yeah, it's crazy.
It's a beautiful
We need
I
a
was
few more
telling the
Kellys
new-
in there.
I was telling the new gal the other day, I said, well, when I first started here, we wrote everything on paper. She's like, oh my God. I was like, yeah, it's been a little bit of an evolution. Yeah.
We're pretty modern now, though.
Oh, man. Oh, God. I'm sure you looked on Facebook, but just so many old employees that used to, even on my personal page, they're like, holy cow, where are you? I was like, oh, that's our new center. We're spoiled.
You're spoiled. I'll remember
Well
that. You're
deserved.
spoiled. I'll remember that one.
Well deserved.
Well
Yeah.
deserved.
Well, the squeaky wheel gets the grease, right?
Yep.
Guys, thanks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is the end of our morning agenda. At this time, we'll break for